Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. Welcome back to another live show. And this is playing Battlefield 2042. I'm going to share some interesting tips, some tricks. I've been playing Battlefield since the original came out on the PC, when you had to, build your own computer. And it had pretty revolutionary graphics at the time, but nothing in comparison to this. So I know there's been a lot of controversy surrounding Battlefield 2042, and that's really what I want to explore within this. So one of the things that I've found is that kitting out your character. Historically, there was an assault class, there was an engineer, a recon, which is like a sniper, and then there was let's see, another one. I'd remember what it was. But this one, at least as it currently sits, and hopefully they're working out all of the kinks, and I feel confident that Electronic Arts should be able to work it all out, but there's certain bugs that one will probably encounter, at least at its current state, and one of those is here when I select the kit that my character is going to use. Often you scroll through and you can't select. It's grayed out. It's like it's disappeared for some unknown reason. So I'm going to do modify right now. I'm going to select Casper, the recon guy, and then I'm going to do the loadout. See, it's blank. See, you can see your choices here, but when you go to the front, you can't see your choices. So I can't select recon. So I'm going to be stuck with whatever they give me, which is kind of annoying. And I don't know why that bug occurs. It's called the loadout bug in Battlefield 2042. They call it the loadout bug, but nevertheless, I mean, it still works. But when you go in here, you'll see that he doesn't have the sniper kit, which is kind of annoying. You're about to see that because I'm about to get out of this helicopter here. See? Yeah, see, he's got I guess it's like the ACOG or something, but he doesn't have the sniper kit like I wanted. These maps are huge, by the way. So it's a really fun game. And again, I've enjoyed, I've been playing Battlefield since the original Battlefield, but there's a lot of kinks that they've got to work out with this, and I don't know how this hit the market with so many bugs that have to be worked out. And I'm not complaining. I just, this channel, I just like to keep everything honest. I'm not here to talk anything up. I mean, I'll talk up the Battlefield series. Like I said, I've been a hardcore fan, and for a long time. This one's just a little bit, that bug not being able to pick my loadout. That's a huge bug. Hybrid Life, welcome aboard, sir. Might get an Explorer 2 soon. Polar soon as well. Nice. Yeah, I like that. I looked at, when I got my sub, that was one thing they had. They had the Polar and the Black Dial Explorer 2, and it's a nice piece. The only thing that worries me about it, well, not necessarily worries me, but makes me a little hesitant about it. When you look at the bezel on that, it's got that. Is it a black enamel? What is that material? There's something in the bezel, kind of like a black paint looking thing. And I don't know, whoa. I don't know how well or how poorly that would hold up over time. Have you had any experience with that? And, what was your, oh gosh, I heated up. What was your experience with that material? He went into building, guys. Come on. Whoa. Yeah, sometimes these vehicles in this game are really cool. Sometimes they can put you in a world of hurt because you don't really focus as much as you do if you're not in a vehicle. But yeah, the graphics, as you can tell, the graphics on Battlefield 2042 are actually very good. Excuse me, sir. Wow. But these guys, I mean, in the previous games, it didn't take a lot to take people down, and now it's like you really gotta. Ooh, I just shot down that Apache. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, the explosions in this are very good. The again, it just needs a ton of refinement. I hate to say it, I like, in its current state, I like Battlefield 5 better. But again, I know EA's they're not gonna release a new Battlefield as part of the franchise and not let it succeed. I mean, this will definitely be fixed, but there's just a lot of bugs. And I have a feeling they had to rush and get it out before Black Friday, you know, when they knew a lot of people would be off work and playing, and you know, that's kind of what the reason that they put this on the market so quickly. But it's fun, as you can tell. I mean, admittedly, I was so disappointed the first I was so disappointed the first few hours of playing that I asked for a refund, and of course, with the PlayStation Store, they won't give you a refund because I've got the PlayStation 5 digital. So, you know, I called and I said, well, I bought something that's incomplete. You know, you're not going to give me a refund. And they said, nope. Okay, whatever. So I've kept it. And honestly, it's still got the bug. The biggest thing that's annoying me is this loadout bug. I mean, I'm in a vehicle now, so it's irrelevant. But when I'm not in a vehicle and I'm trying to change my loadout, you know, it won't let me. This vehicle I'm in is really, oh, there's a tank. I don't think this machine gun is going to do anything against that. I may be wrong, but I don't think. Yeah, see, we're pretty much doomed now. Okay, we need a helicopter, guys. Come on. Okay, they got us. Again, Battlefield 2042, and I'm on the PS5. But see, now I want to change my kit. So I select Casper, and now I go to loadout. So you can see the weapons here, but you can't. It's not letting me modify the kit. It's grayed out. It's a bug. So I'm just going to go with this assault character. And see, it's grayed out. See the loadout bug? It's frustrating, man. I know it's stupid to be frustrated over a game because the game doesn't really matter, but, you know, I am live streaming here, and I want the full experience, and I'm kind of limited. I'm getting the default weapons. You know, I can't choose the others because it's grayed out. There's a loadout bug. Now, obviously, I've restarted the PS5. I've, you know, downloaded all the updates. It's super annoying. Oh, I thought those were people. They're not. Oh. See, my thing in this has always been recon. I like to play recon. I'm not. Ah, gosh, that thing got me. I'm not much for the rushing in and going after him like this. It's just a different style of gameplay. You know, I'm more strategic. One thing that is cool in this with the recon class, when I don't encounter the loadout bug, is that you've got the drone, so you can hide. You can get your ghillie suit on and hide in this grass and stuff, and pop the drone out, and you get points for identifying where the enemies are. So it's actually it's some really cool stuff. I mean, this is it's got some cool features. Again, they need to work out the bugs, but you know, I'm hoping when y'all watch this that you're seeing. I mean, it is a very graphically pleasing game. I mean, this is it's going to be good. You know, once they get a few patches under their belt, it's going to be, I think it's going to be good. And the environments are, I mean, they're massive. And that's been a topic of controversy for some because people, you know, they say they're too big. You know, you just spend your time running around and you don't really, oh gosh, that came down and got me. And you don't really get that much action. I will say the aiming in this is a lot more difficult than in the previous Battlefields, and it takes a lot more to take the enemies down. So, you know, especially with the sniper, when I play the recon, the sniper role in this, the long range is a lot more difficult than it was in previous Battlefields. And you can see we're pretty much occupying all the bases. Well, not all of them. Let's see. There's Delta 1. So I'm going to go to Delta 1, which is over here. So you can see how massive these maps are. Now, granted, I could hop in a vehicle and save time, but yeah, I just want you to see how enormous. I mean, look at this. So I'm going to hop in this. So now I'm in a vehicle. Here's a guy down there, see? Well, he's down there somewhere. Oh, there he went, behind that wall. The destructible environments are really good. I mean, obviously, a lot of the previous Battlefields had destructible environments too, but this, the detail in this is particularly incredible. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. The guy's driving this tank, so I'm just going to get out of it. I'm going to go around this side of the hill. Try to sneak my way up. Oh, there's people coming. I was getting a grenade ready, and he shoots me. That's no good. No good at all. And see, this would be nice if I could go in and modify my loadout, but see, when you go to loadout, it's grayed out. Frustrating. Here's a little car. Let's see if it'll let me get in this. No. Some of the cars it'll let you drive, but a lot of them you can't. Whoa! We're in a jet. There's tons of vehicles in this, and I mean, when you crank this up, like I use the Sonos soundbar with subwoofer. When I got this cranked up, man, I mean, the sounds are hyper realistic. You can really tell when stuff's going around you, and wow. See, I need that recon kit, but again, the loadout bugs got me to where I can't load it up. I'm just going to throw some grenades over in that building. There's somebody in here, see? Oh no, don't get me, don't get me. No, no, no. Oh, there's a guy in there. Got him. Yeah, sometimes this assault kit's not bad. I wish I had, again, the loadout with the loadout bug. I can't change my loadout, so I can't get Casper with the good scope. I mean, it's frustrating. Okay, so here we go. I'm not a big gamer, but I am Govna706. And I like to, you know, I'm an OG. I'm an original gamer. Because I've been playing since the original Battlefield. I've been playing since Akari Warriors and Wolfenstein Shareware version on a PC, on an x86. Or was it 286? Yeah, it was a 286. Let's see, I got a comment coming in here. Let me kind of hide. I'm in a war zone, Chris. Any tips on building relationships with AD to get a no-date sub as daily wearer, not a flip? Yeah, speaking of relationships with an AD, an authorized dealer, for everybody that doesn't know what an AD is, there's several different schools of thought for that. I mean, my thing is, and you know, and I don't know, wow, man, there's like, oh, there's a tornado, look at that. There's a tornado. Usually, if you buy from a specific authorized dealer, oh, look at that. That is sweet. They get to know you. They get to know what you like. And, one of the telltale things, like, anytime that I'm going to keep this door closed for that tornado. One of the telltale things is that when you interact with that authorized dealer, a lot of times, especially during these times now with the, some of the businesses still are, they don't really want foot traffic in there and they're doing a lot of business from remote. So, anytime you have an opportunity to interact with your AD, with your authorized dealer, if they're, a lot of them, they're very personable people. They want to have that face-to-face interaction, whether it's in person or virtually. And something I always make a habit of doing if I'm speaking with my AD is, wear one of the previous pieces that I got, just so they know that, hey, this guy's not a flipper. He still has that and he wants to add, whatever else. And, that's one of the tips. One of the things, if you haven't established a relationship with that authorized dealer yet, you could be in a good situation. I mean, in your case, you want to get the no-date sub as a daily wearer. Do you have an existing purchase history with your authorized dealer, or will this be your first? Will this be your first purchase, Chris? Oh man, this little thing's, because there's several different avenues you can take. Again, once they get to know you, and they know what you bought from them, and they know that you're still wearing it, obviously they know you're not a flipper. So, wow. But if you don't have an existing purchase history with them, have you purchased anything from them before? Oh. Because, one of the things, people say, oh, well, you buy a bunch of... Here's the thing. What you don't want to do is buy a bunch of rinky-dink stuff just to build a relationship, to get on their list. And that's what a lot of authorized dealers would have people believe. It's like, well, you buy this, you buy that, then, then you'll become cool enough, or you'll spend enough dollar amount to be entitled to getting on the list for whatever you want. And I look at that as kind of the wrong way, because basically you're buying a bunch of stuff you don't want just to potentially have a chance of getting what you do want. And I don't think that's a good approach, because in that scenario, you're buying stuff that you don't want. That stuff is stuff that if you try to sell because you don't want it, other people probably don't want it either. So you're potentially going in the hole buying undesirable pieces just so you can get, or supposedly get on the list, to get on a waiting list rather, to get what you really want. I just think that's wrong, because in that scenario, you would be buying undesirable stuff just to potentially get on the list and potentially get something, and that stuff is not stuff you would want to wear or keep, more than likely. You can try to convince yourself otherwise, but more than likely it's stuff that you would end up... So in that scenario, you may end up selling undesirable pieces, probably for a small loss, just to have the hope of getting the actual timepieces that you want. So I don't know, man. I mean, Chris says, no history yet, but I've been in several times and I'm on the list for a Black Bay 58 Blue to start. Thanks for the advice. Hey, nothing wrong with Black Bay 58 Blue. And you know what I would do in that situation? And I have the Black Bay 58 Blue, by the way. It's a fantastic piece. It is not a dog. It is not in my opinion, it's going to become a future classic, and it's definitely something to wear and enjoy and hold on to. In that situation, I think the Black Bay 58 Blue, that's smart. You're on the list for that. It's a very nice piece, very desirable piece that'll probably continue to appreciate over time. Granted, probably not as rapidly as a Rolex Submariner, just because of the name recognition and the extensive history of the Submariner, but definitely not something you're just buying just for the sake of trying to establish a relationship with the AD. And I will tell you, if you do get that Black Bay 58, that's going to be something that you will enjoy even when and if you get the Submariner. You know, if they get that Submariner for you, which hopefully they will, when and if you get that, you will probably find that you will wear that 58 blue as much, if not more, than the Submariner. And that's just because it's such a great, both are great fitting pieces, by the way. Obviously, the Submariner is a little bit larger, but the Black Bay 58 is phenomenal. Right now, I'm wearing a Black Bay Chrono, the reverse Panda, the inverted Panda, and it's super comfortable. You know, I was on the fence about the inverted Panda because I felt that that, you know, from what I read on paper, that it may be too tall, this, that, and the other. I wear this interchangeably with the Submariner. They both fit great. Actually, this, the wrist fit, whoa, come on, got him. The wrist feel of the Tudor Chrono that I got on the wrist right now and the Submariner 114060, it's very similar, man. It is a super similar wrist feel, and I can swap them in and out. The beauty of this is that this is not a no date. Now, obviously, I love the no dates because they're just wind and wear, man. Mark says, hey, Irix, what are your thoughts on high-end Seiko, Marine Master, Prospect, etc. watches? Rolex or Omega competitor for the price? There's a lot of people that like Seiko, and actually some of the first wristwatches that I owned were Seikos. Now, they weren't the Grand Seikos. They were just, I forget the references now, but you know, the one that looked like the two-tone Seiko that kind of looked like a Datejust. That was one of my first watches where I thought I was a big deal because I had that. With that being said, I don't think that the Seikos, they're nowhere near. Seiko's, in my opinion, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, Seiko is nowhere close to an Omega, a Rolex, a Tudor, or a Breitling. Or I would go as far as to say Seiko's not even close to a Tag Heuer, and I don't even like Tag Heuer. Now, the Grand Seiko is a different animal, but when one enters Grand Seiko territory, now granted, it's a very well-finished piece with an amazing dial, this, that, and the other, but when people enter Grand Seiko territory for that price, they would have so many other options that, in my opinion, would be better. The problem with Seiko, in my opinion, is that, well, it's kind of like, oh, it's just a Seiko. You know, they've kind of got that stigma, even if you're dealing with a Grand Seiko, because your average person on the street, and it's not like you're buying wristwatches to impress people, but the average person on the street, sees Seiko, and it's like, oh, that's just a, you know, kind of a nothing watch. I mean, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, but the collector sees a Seiko, and the collector knows that, you know, hey, this Grand Seiko is a very desirable, high-end, well-manufactured piece. Same thing with Tudor and Rolex. You know, Tudor is always going to be the poor man's Rolex, and that's what I'm wearing right now, it's poor man's Rolex. And the reason is that Hans Willdorf, the guy that founded Tudor, and also Rolex, he said, you know, he, not to misquote him, but it was basically, you know, he wanted to create a more price-accessible Rolex, and that's why I created Tudor. So there's no secret about that. I mean, he was open about that the day that, you know, Tudor was released, that he brought Tudor to market. And Tudor's getting out of that, though, because what's happening with Tudor is that Rolex is going so upscale, and the quantities are so, I don't want to say manipulation, but whatever the case may be, you can't go into an authorized dealer and even find an Oyster Perpetual. I mean, it's gotten bad. So, you know, back to what Chris was asking, you know, how do you establish a relationship with an authorized dealer? I think if you've got a dealer that sells both, if your end game is getting a Rolex or two, if you've got a dealer that sells Tudor, I think it's a great choice. Now, again, with Tudor, you got to be careful about the references. Black Bay 58 is great. Black Bay Chrono is incredible. Pelagos is incredible. Now, the thing about Pelagos is that you got to remember, not everyone appreciates a titanium case. So if I was buying Tudor, it's something to wear and enjoy, and maybe I needed to trade it or sell it in the future, I would stick with the Black Bay 58, the Black Bay Chrono. Also a piece, and I almost picked it up when I was in St. Thomas, was the North Flag. It's been discontinued now, but the Tudor North Flag is a very under the radar piece on a bracelet. Now you got to get it on the bracelet. They've got a strap option. No. You got to get the bracelet. That's a very cool and unique piece. So if you ever have a chance to get a Tudor North Flag, maybe they got new old stock at your authorized dealer, that is definitely one I would pick up. Chris says, I have a Seiko SB033 black dial, gets a lot of compliments, and amazed it doubled in value over the past. Whoa, that is cool. Yeah, that's funny with the Seiko. I don't really think of appreciation, but it's like everything else. It's supply and demand, and now with the Rolex supply being so difficult, it's put a lot of emphasis upon other watchmakers, and one that in my opinion is still a sleeper, and it's kind of stuck in the middle. It's not high horology, and it's not it's not mainstream. Is Jaeger-LeCoultre. Jaeger-LeCoultre. I mean, I've even started to observe price increases with them, and they make some great pieces. Now they're all about the movement. The case itself, it's going to be a lot more fragile than a Rolex or a Tudor, but the movements are exceptionally designed. So it's let's see here. It's a brand that's going up. Breitling is good. Breitling is Seiko versus Hamilton for college student. I would go with the Hamilton. The only reason is that with the Hamilton, you've got you've got all that history. You got JFK. You got all these people that these dignitaries that were Hamilton. I don't own a Hamilton, but I would just say from a from somebody in college, you're just getting your stuff going, just going out, drinking beer and partying and all that. I think the Hamilton's a good one, just because it's less common. At least it was. At least my perception is that it's less common than a Seiko. So I think as far as just being something more cool on the wrist, I think the Hamilton I would take over the Seiko, and not to not to talk about something that's kind of been through the ringer as far as popularity is concerned, but I'll go ahead and talk about it anyway. The Longines, Longines, I think historically they made a great piece, and recently they've just been it's kind of undesirable. But there's some Longines out there that I think someone could consider, and I think those could potentially in the future. I think those Longines, I think they could make a turnaround. Tag Heuer, I don't think so. I think Tag, they made themselves way too mainstream, and they kind of and as much as I hate to say it, Breitling's kind of been on that path too. Breitling, although Breitling releases some phenomenal pieces, Breitling doesn't command the respect that it did, say, 10 or 20 years ago. Because back then, I mean, Breitling and Rolex were kind of neck and neck, and then you kind of had Omega a tier below Breitling and Rolex. So it's funny how over time things tend to change. Oh, see, the loadout bug's still there. I can't pick the sniper rifle. I can pick it here, but when I go to loadout, I don't see it. Ugh, makes me mad. So yeah, so it's kind of gambling. I mean, unless you're dealing with, Archibald Chesterfield III is not a fan of Longines. And I don't. I'm gonna go against Archie on that. I think that Longines, in the near future, I think it could make a rebound. I don't think tag is. I think tag's kind of done themselves in. I think that although a lot of people do like the tag Bodico, and I think Hybrid Life may be one actually that mentioned that. He's on the show with us this afternoon. So, yeah, if I was, and Tissot's got some solid stuff now. I would check out Tissot. They've got some Oyster Perpetual looking pieces that are very affordable, and I could see those becoming highly desirable in the near future. The main thing is, get what you like. There's only going to be a few brands that are probably going to continue to appreciate. Rolex is at the top. Patek, of course, is as well, but I mean, those are super expensive, and they're also super fragile and super expensive to service. So, Chris says Suckerhorn wears a Longines. That's pretty funny. I never noticed that. But yeah, Suckerhorn's on a lot of Archibald Chesterfield III shows. So yeah, that's interesting. And everybody here, I want y'all to know that I'm trying to establish a relationship with a watch dealer. So if you know any friends or family that deal watches, see if they might be interested. Because what I'm looking for is a connection, number one, where I can obtain hands-on access to various watch references to review on my channel, timepieces for tomorrow. But, number two, be able to refer people, say, okay, well, you like the video of this piece that I was reviewing, check the link within this video's description. Be able to refer people to a respectable dealer. Oh, this gets nasty through here. I knew it. I was thinking he was going to be on the other side. This Battlefield 2042 will get you, man. I'm enjoying this. I just got my little laptop right here, man, reading y'all's comments. This is good. This is good multitasking. Trying to share some Battlefield tips and talk about Battlefield tips and wristwatches. There you go. But yeah, I think right now the top, and these are the top brands in my opinion. Rolex, obviously, always, but Tudor is a great band. I mean, they've totally reinvented themselves. I mean, they've got high quality pieces now. Because there for a while, Tudor released a bunch of undesirable, just kind of weird stuff, man. It wasn't stuff that one could pick up and say, oh, okay, well, this might appreciate in the future. It was pretty much like you're just throwing money away. But that's not the case now. I got him. Yeah, but he got me too. So that's what I'm saying. In this game, man, in Battlefield 2042, it takes a lot to take them down. And it's, this loadout bug is driving me nuts because I want to get the sniper kit. Man. I definitely do. See, I'm stuck with this assault kit. See, if I had the sniper, I could be going after those people in the mountains. Here's somebody on the side of the mountain up there. See that person right there? I could be going after them, but I can't because of the loadout bug. God, crazy. Yeah, and if you know how to fix the loadout bug in Battlefield 2042, please let me know. I see people running up here. I'm going to run right into them. Like a fool. Okay, we got more people tuning in. Welcome aboard, everyone. Govna706 playing Battlefield 2042, talking about Battlefield tips, talking about anything y'all want to talk about. Okay, I'm going to get in this helicopter here. Ah, yes. I don't know what this helicopter pilot's going after. He's going in a circle. Come on, man. Take me over here to the base. Let's go after something. Offie. Hi from the UK. Offie or Ophi? I think it's Offie, but I may be wrong. Welcome aboard. From the UK, the United Kingdom. Okay, this guy needs to stop spinning in circles. Oh, duh, he's going after this base. I didn't realize it was that was down there. Okay, I think I'm just going to jump out. I'm tired of this. Oh, wingsuit. He got the wingsuit. Thoughts on Datejust? Mark. Oh, yes. You know, Datejust, what's funny about that, especially even up until a few years ago, I mean, you could go into an AD and they were just swarming with Datejust. And at that point in time, admittedly, I wasn't a huge fan of the Datejust just because I was thinking Rolex Sports, Rolex Sports, Rolex Sports. The reality is a Datejust is not only a dress watch, but it's also highly water resistant. So, you know, you're getting something that's you can wear anywhere. You can swim with it if you want to. I think the Wimbledon Datejust is the best. You know, the Wimbledon dial, the two-tone, I think that's the best. Now, I think the Datejust I think if you go Datejust, you definitely want to go with a fluted bezel. It's a little bit more expensive, but you definitely want to do that because the dome bezel is just a scratch magnet. So, you know, you don't want a a dome bezel, in my opinion. But I think the Datejust is a great wristwatch to consider. There's nothing wrong with the Datejust. Nothing wrong with the Datejust at all. I think it's always going to be a classic, and it's actually the popularity of the Datejust has, well, like all Rolexes, has increased. But yeah, I never got one because my assumption was that, and this was back before the shortage that we have now of Rolexes, is that it would always be easily accessible and that it would always be more affordable. So, you know, I was going after the sports. And a few, you know, I don't have any regrets about getting the no date sub. That was the best choice. Although when I got it, I could have gotten a Hulk. I could have gotten a Batman. I could have gotten a Pepsi. You know, so I could have gotten a Daytona, but I'm not a flipper, so you know I wouldn't have. The one I wanted was the no date sub. There's a sniper somewhere. There's a sniper somewhere. Let's see, where is a sniper? I bet they're on this side. I bet I'm about to get shot. Oh, they're on the mountain. Ah, there they are. I see exactly where they are. They're up here on this mountain. Oh, and then I got run over by a hovercraft. That's no good. This game's tough, especially when you got the loadout bug and you can't fix it. One would assume that since this has been out for a few days now, that they would have fixed the loadout bug, and I don't understand why they haven't. I don't understand. And sometimes it works. But, 90% of the time it doesn't work, man. So right now I go back to Casper. And then I go to loadout. You can see the stuff, but it's not going to let you select it. Let's see. I'll select this recon dude. What age did you get your first luxury watch? Well, I guess by luxury watch, the first real watch I had was the Omega Seamaster 300M Blue Wave dial, pre-coaxial. And I was I think about 20. I bought that with money that I made trading penny stocks. And then, as one might imagine, you get hooked on it and then you want more and more. But, I've always been careful. The biggest thing was learning the, what's desirable and what's not. Only buy what you plan to wear. Don't buy just because it's popular or, I'm not a flipper, so that's why I say this. Only buy what you plan to wear. Otherwise, you're gonna regret it. And since I'm not a flipper, I'm gonna see if I can get in this tornado. Yeah, so only buy what you plan to wear. The biggest mistake I bought, and this was because I thought it looked cool and I didn't know as much about wristwatches at the time. I bought a Baume & Mercier Cosima Executive. And it looked good, it felt good, nice deployant clasp, this, that, and the other. But where I realized it wasn't a good wristwatch was when it became magnetized. That's when you realize the quality of the, it doesn't have an anti-magnetic hairspring. There's just certain things it didn't have that made it a tier less than the competition. So, never buy anything. Never buy anything because you think it looks good or you think that, the salesperson suggested something great. Especially if you're a new customer, a lot of times they'll just try to. You got to establish yourself with your authorized dealer as a collector. And in that way, you're no longer someone they're trying to sell. They're not trying to sell you stuff. They're trying to source what you want. And that's the difference. You just got to establish that relationship. And again, like we were talking earlier with Chris, establishing a relationship buying Tudor, that's a great way to establish a relationship because Tudor's got the Black Bay series are great. And, you're not just buying stuff. You're buying quality that'll probably appreciate. Ah. This not being able to change my loadout's driving me nuts. Absolutely drive me nuts. What I'm about to do is restart, not the stream. I'm not going to restart the stream. We're still going to be here. No worries about that. But what I want to do, there we go. I'm exiting out of Battlefield, and I'm thinking if I close this, hopefully if I close it, which I just did, now if I go back in, maybe that loadout bug will be maybe the loadout bug would have disappeared. Because I want y'all to see the recon, the recon mode in Battlefield 2042 is really cool. the recon loadout, rather. So I'm going to flip Battlefield 2042 back up here in just a second. I'm just having to get back into the menu system here. Okay, here we go. So hopefully, let's see, we're going to flip this back up here. See if this fixes it. Sorry, I'm just fixing the stream here. Oh, that fixed it. That fixed it. Make sure I'm going to look over here at my screen. Yep. Haha. Yes. So see, now you could see the loadout that I picked. I picked the sniper loadout. So now that was no longer grayed out. So now I'm equipped like I should be. I've got Casper, he's got the ghillie suit, and see, now I got the sniper rifle. So that is exactly what I wanted, man. So now this is where it gets fun. See, you can get up kind of far away from the objectives. And he's got a drone and he's got a rocket launcher to blow up tanks. So here we go. Ah, they're already taking Charlie 1. See, I'm going to get up here in all his grass and stuff. Check this out. I guarantee you there's going to be a guy up here in this. Yep, see, there he is. He's up there on that. See, they try to hide. They can't hide from Casper. Watch this. See, I'm going to get up here in this rocky area. See, there he is up there. He knows I'm going after him. But is he going to see me first? Oh, no. They came, look at that. The guy came up out of the grass and got me. That's no good. Again, this is Battlefield 2042, and this particular time, I don't have the loadout bug. So I've actually got the loadout that I want. Yeah. Unacceptable. See, I want to get up high so I can be a sniper. So see, they just took over that base. It's no good. So you can go up here and spot the enemies with the drone. Yep, Nintendo was the first. I had the original Nintendo, the NES with Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers when it first came out. Did you? And Nintendo, the original Nintendo was one of the best. Kevin says, IrixGuy, I want to have a great laugh playing this game. Yes, I do. Tell me. Look at this. See, I got this drone. Now I'm spotting all these. See, I'm getting experience points for spotting the enemies, and I'm hiding on top of a building. But see, I'm just doing this so that it marks it for my teammates. See, I'm back there. Govna706. There's a guy in this. See, he thinks he's hiding. Look. Nope. And neither are you. Or you, or you. And Nintendo took a different direction, though, I tell you. The original Nintendo days were the best. See, now if I can just get back here far enough to where... Let's see. Watch this. Oh, he sees me. Yeah, I gotta be careful with that. But see, that's the cool thing about recon. So see, I'm getting points for spotting all these enemies with this drone. Look at all his experience points. And see, they're just waiting on me to raise up. Oh, they just blew down the wall. Oh, crap. I gave away my position. So what I want to do is get up high. Actually, what I want to do, if I can get up here and just kind of stay back. Oh, gosh. They had one of their guys on our building. See, this game is good when you don't have the loadout bug, but I had to restart it. And that was from a fresh power on. I had to restart it. Again, this is Battlefield 2042 on the PS5. See, what I want to do is just get at a safe distance where they don't know where I am. I think if I start here. See, this, oh yeah. See, if I get up on top of this, I can actually reach out to them. It's a lot of climbing, but it's worth it. Well, if I don't fall, let's see. Oh, there we go. I had to go from this side. Let's take your time going up this. Thing is, you're getting shot at while you're going up if they see you. And I'm sure some of them do. I mean, this thing is tall. Check this out. I mean, I'm still going up. Yeah, of course, now the guy over there found me. He's in that window right there. Oh, was the game stream not back up? Oh, man. Guys, I'm sorry. How about now? Is it up now? Is it up now? I switched it. I was... That's not good. I'm sitting here playing and y'all couldn't see anything. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I messed that one up, guys. I was... Good to go. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I've been sitting here rambling away talking about Battlefield 2042 and and my screen was off. That's not good. Thanks for telling me that, because I... Boom, just got that guy. Oh, he came and got me. Yeah, so see, I got the sniper kit now because I got rid of this loadout bug. And see, I spent all the time climbing this tower, and then one of the bad guys is up here. Yeah, I was looking at, yeah, Chad, I was looking at my preview instead of my program view, so I didn't. I wasn't looking at the correct thing. So yeah, again, this is Battlefield 2042, just showcasing some tips here. Oh, look at this. That's the guy that got me earlier. Get him back. Whoever that was almost got me. But the environments in this are really good. They've got to work out the bugs. I mean, there's some serious gameplay issues. That loadout issue especially. I mean, that's just unacceptable. See, there's that little plank thing I was on earlier that the guy got me. Let's see. Oh, I can go up higher. So who else on here plays 2042 Battlefield? But see, this is why this game's so cool, because there's so much. A lot of people didn't like the massive environments, but it just gives you so many. There's so many places to hide. I got that guy. Look, he was way over there. So I think they've enhanced this a little bit to where the controls, I mean, the sniper rifle's not as difficult, because it was too much there for a while. For long range, I never would have been able to pull that off. See, I almost got this other guy. He was kind of camouflaged. He jumped down. He's like, oop, position compromised. And see, here's a guy up here. Ah, he moved. I hit him once. I mean, that's long range. He popped a smoke bomb up there. Yeah, honestly, you may want to wait to buy it, because it's been, you know, there are bugs. But it's fun. Oh, somebody else got me. I was going at it with that guy. Mark says, I'd rather stick with Battlefield 5. Even though the environments are so detailed, I feel like I can barely see people half the time. Yeah, I'll agree. At this point in time, Battlefield 5 is better. But I think once, and I don't know if this is a matter of weeks or a matter of months, how long will it take the Battlefield 2042 developers to fix it? I'm assuming it'll take a while, because, I mean, this is still really rough. Again, I feel like I'm playing a beta. But with that being said, I think once they get the kinks ironed out, I think this will trump Battlefield 5 at that point. Now, what I want to do is get up on this tower. Explosions are really realistic. Got him. But yeah, now that I played this a little bit longer, I actually like it. Again, I'm not a huge gamer. Battlefield is one of those games I played since the original and figure I might as well enjoy it. We'll send this drone up, see what's out there. See, I spotted that guy. And so here's a guy down here. And another guy. It's amazing what you can find with the drone. And see, now they're going up. I wonder if I can hit them with a drone. Let's see. Oh, it does. I attacked him with the drone. Wow, I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, I did not know you could attack them with a drone. Why is this guy not letting me get him? Because I got the other guy, I thought. I think it was just a false positive. I think I'm just getting the experience points because I'm flying the drone and spotting them. Super fun reminds me of Battlefield 4, which I enjoyed a lot. I'll have to get used to the specialist stuff. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Battlefield 4 was a good one. I'm in a tank. The destructible environments are cool. We got beat. I'm gonna play one more map here in this live stream, then I gotta go do some workout. Get some exercise, man. Here we go. So again, everybody just tuning in, this is Battlefield 2042. See, that's my guy. He's got on the ghillie suit. Here we go. Oh, the loadout bug's back. See, that's grayed out. So since the loadout bug's back, guys, I appreciate y'all joining. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this baby up. So thanks for your viewership. Be sure to subscribe to youtube.com/IrixGuy and ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Y'all have a good day.